What is up, my proper compadres? This is Proper here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, yes, another, I'll do it this time, car video. Because people get mad when I don't do that. But I don't like really doing that as much because that's more Jeremy's thing. I only do this because it's convenient and I'm at work and there's news to be shared. So let's get into this. This comes from The Hollywood Reporter. This is addressing these rumors that the headline reads, "You've got to stop this. Jared Leto is fumed over the new Joker movie." Apparently, for those of you who don't know, Jared Leto played the Joker for 10 minutes in Suicide Squad a couple years ago. And then this year we got Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And, well, let's just read the article and find out. Just how unhappy was Jared Leto over Joker, as Todd Phillips' dark take on the villain looks likely to gross more than $700 million worldwide. It's in, by the way, the top 10 highest grossing R-rated films of all time at this point of recording, so yeah, it's doing pretty well. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that Leto's frustration that Warner Brothers was moving ahead with the Phillips project was so great early on that he tried to throttle the rival Joker in its cradle. According to the sources that are unnamed, familiar with Leto's behavior, when the Oscar-winning actor learned of the Phillips project, he not only complained bitterly to his agents at CAA, who also represents Phillips, but asked his music manager, Irving Azoff, to call the leader of Warner Brothers' parent company. The idea was to get Warner's to kill the Phillips film. Yikes. A source in Leto's camp denies that the actor made the request, and Azoff declined to comment, and since the two have since parted ways. The Hollywood Reporter previously reported that the 47-year-old star who played the grinning crime lord in 2016's Suicide Squad thought Warner's had strung him along with promises of his own Joker standalone film, only to greenlight the Phillips version with Joaquin Phoenix instead. Ironically, Warner's thought the Phillips project would be a small movie, and nervous about its dark tone, greenlit the pick reluctantly with a small budget that some at the studio were hoping would discourage Phillips from making it. And Warner Brothers have also declined to comment. Leto had put a lot of effort into his Suicide Squad version of the DC villain with rotting teeth, bloodshot eyes, and slick back neon green hair. He spent months getting into character and terrifying his castmates with gifts like a live rat to Margot Robbie, bullets to Will Smith, and sending a dead pig to the entire cast during a rehearsal. How lovely. It turns out that the studio wasn't thrilled with these efforts, says a source with knowledge of the situation. Again, unnamed. These are only just... at this point, it's just speculation, because right now we have sources that are saying, oh yeah, this is totally true, and then we have people that are in Leto's camp saying, no, it's not true at all. So it's more like a he said, she said kind of thing. Turns out the studio wasn't thrilled with these efforts, says a source, and it seems the director wasn't that pleased with the resulting performance. In the final cut of David Ayer's ensemble anti-hero movie, Leto's Joker got only about 10 minutes of screen time while promoting the project. Leto, who had been billed as a lead character, spoke to the media about how much footage of his Joker had been cut out. And someone says, a source involved in the situation, said that in his defense, it was never really this movie. It was never really his movie, but his attempt to invent a place for himself in it backfired. Wow. And the representative says the actor is still happily working with Warner Brothers at this time, and notes that he is filming a movie called Little Things with Rami Malek and Denzel Washington. And meanwhile, Leto's unhappiness over the Phillips project seems to have helped end an already strained relationship between Leto and CAA. The sources felt his agent should have told him about the project earlier, the Joker movie, and fought harder for his version of the Joker. Sources say Leto told his agents that they should stop the rival project, arguing that he wasn't being treated properly as an Oscar winner. Ooh, wow. Can you imagine? I kind of imagine him saying that. Like, I am not being treated with the utmost respect as an Oscar winner, thank you very much. Joaquin has only been nominated. He doesn't have one. So, yeah, that's kind of what goes through my head when someone is being that pretentious like that. I mean, wow. But a person with first-hand knowledge, again, who is unnamed, of the situation contends that by then Leto had burned through 4 different teams of agents at CAA, and there was little love for the actor there, and he left for another company, WME, and another source in Leto's camp. These are all just sources. These aren't names. These aren't like people. They just say sources. So this could all be made up by the Hollywood Reporter, because maybe based on some of Leto's actions and behavior over the last few years haven't been kind to him, if you will. You know, some people might have that impression that he's, you know, a little off, or just rude to people. Because I've heard that from fans who have been to meet and greets, but you know what? I mean, sometimes, like, I understand that. I understand that people are messy and complicated and they're not all perfect, but I don't know, this reputation came from somewhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if this happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was all made up. But let's continue on. At this point, sources say Leto's days as the Joker likely are over. He will not reprise the role in Birds of Prey or in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, due in 2021. By the way, that's really stupid. Why would you call one movie Suicide Squad and the other one The Suicide Squad as the sequel? It's like now we have 3 Halloween movies that are named Halloween. We have The Fast and the Furious, and then we have Fast and Furious. People are going to be confused about which movie is which, and it's annoying. It's like you have to do your research before watching the movies, and that's not fun. And it goes on, says one person involved in the situation, how do you play the Joker you established following Phoenix? It kind of ends his Joker run. And that's a valid point. Look, as I just said earlier, you know, this does not look good for Jared Leto. You know, I didn't really enjoy the movie at all as a whole, let alone his performance. Let alone, oh god, I didn't do that intentionally. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where it's just, you know, a bunch of sources. It could be just one source. It doesn't say like, oh, another source said this, one source says this. It just says sources in the whole entire article, written from the Hollywood Reporter by Kim Masters. So we don't know if Kim is just hearing these things, if people are making this up. We don't know if this is a smear campaign against Jared Leto, or if it is actually true in any way. But either way, I can understand why somebody would be upset after being cast as the Joker and having like, oh yeah, you could be set in this role for a while, and you could be taken care of, you could be getting a lot of money, and it sounds like a great deal, you know, and preparing months and months and months to get into character for the Joker, and then what, you get 10 minutes of screen time, you're like barely even in the movie. I get it, that, you know, that's not an easy pill to swallow, but at the same time, you got to understand that, you know, tough choices need to be made, and the Todd Phillips project was separate from the DCEU. You could have continued both, totally fine. And to my understanding, like, well, I'm not exactly sure if Matt Reeves' Batman is a part of this DCEU. It seems like, you know, because Ben Affleck is out, they're kind of doing something else. They're just doing solo films, which I'm happy about. And I loved Joaquin Phoenix's performance. I think, and I stand by that, it is one of the best Joker performances that I have ever seen. I think he is, well, he plays a different Joker, but I know a lot of people than Heath Ledger, but I stand by the fact that I think that his Joker is better than Heath Ledger's, and far beyond Jared Leto's, for sure. So anyways, and I'm just want to reiterate this. This is just speculation. This is just a rumor, and that's all that it is, pretty much. And judging this based on just what's on paper and just accepting it all as fact would be foolish. At the same time, understanding that, people don't like Jared Leto. Like, there are people who are, going to just, talk smack about you behind the scenes, sell it to a reporter for a story, and, they're just going to do it for the clicks. So, but based on sort of the reputation that Jared Leto has, I also would not be surprised if this turned out to be completely true. But more than likely, it's just muddled down facts, maybe. I don't know. It's just maybe insinuation. I'm not sure. But either way, this is not something that this does not look good for him. And I really hope that this situation gets clarified, that he comments on it. Perhaps, maybe he's not allowed to. I don't know. But either way, I do think that it wouldn't be surprising to me if it turned out to be true. But anyways, I would like to know what you all think in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new here, go ahead, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. And let me know if you think this is true or not. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much. And as always, live long and proper and have a great day.